the two-time ABCA National Assistant Coach of the Year as recently as 2024. Zach Solomon is back to serve to get us underway here in the season opener for both teams, Lindenwood and Long Beach State. Here we go. Southpaw swinging, and that is out of bounds. The first point of the season goes to Long Beach State. Yes, this is not the only match going on in the NCAA. Matches have already happened, even as far as a week ago, notably in Hawaii. As that swing gets through the block and down. There's a reason why Luke Kraft is our player to watch. Doesn't matter if he's on the left or the right. The outside hitter in that specific rotation. He'll move over to the right side now as his teammate Caden Whiteside goes back to serve. Two serves and two service errors for Lindenwood. They are an aggressive squad. Certainly like to run fast, and they are serving aggressively as well. So here is Jake Pizzanti, a redshirt freshman, redshirted last year with Long Beach State. Hails from Huntington Beach and is the setter now for the defending national champions. Watches that one go off his forearms as the side out goes to the Lions. And their kill getter last year, Brendan Luthane. 6'2" senior. Yes, he is well aware this is his final season and has gone through as many improvements to his own game as he could over the offseason. As that one goes out long. So Long Beach State taking advantage of service errors so far to start the season. Here's Skylar Varga, two-time All-Big West selection. That one misses long. You know, first match of the season, just trying to hone it in. Not just nerves, but excitement on both sides. Lindenwood getting a chance to try and surprise the number 3 team in the country, and Long Beach State trying to make a statement, say that the defending national champions are still here. That one is down. First kill of the career of Wojciech Gajek. 6'6", true freshman from Katowice, Poland. He gets the start on the right side tonight. Of course, Long Beach State may play with their lineups to start the season. We've seen that before. Even though it's under a new head coach in Nick McRae, he has certainly seen the way that this team has competed in the practice gym. That's how this program has been over the last few years. Right side back row, that is off the block and out. Good shot. Luke Kraft able to use the block to his advantage. Lindenwood keeping pace with Long Beach State, still just getting started here in the first set of 2026 for both sides. That serve is long. So here's Wojciech Gajek, a U21 national team member for Poland. Represented them in the FIVB World Championships. That is an aggressive serve going out long. Tossed that well in front of the back line. Kind of had to reach out in front and couldn't get enough of it. So 6 service errors in the first 11 points of this match. Amir Grant, that jump float, just keeping it in. Kondiv gets blocked back. Good cover by Kellen Larson, the libero. That is out of bounds, no touch, and Lindenwood ties it back up at 6. These are programs that are pretty much familiar with each other in recent years. Last time Lindenwood played Long Beach State in Long Beach was back in 2023. Triple block put up on Caden Whiteside. He does not care. Powering it through and down. Whiteside, 6'4", red shirt freshman from Powell, Ohio. That out-of-system set, that was Luke Kraft. The opposite, just stepping in to take that second ball, and a beauty it was. Kandiv, just missing wide there. Hitting percentage was certainly a strength for Long Beach State a year ago. They hit .398, led the country all year long, and right now, they are in the negatives to start 2026. That serve goes long. 5 out of the 7 points to start the season for Long Beach State have been service errors. Here's Alex Kandiv. Sofia, Bulgaria native, takes a little bit off that first serve, and that goes wide, the attack attempt from Owen Walsh. Kandiv ended up being a first-team All-Big West selection last year. Started to get those starts at the outside hitter position. Oh, good play as Jake Pizzanti was able to put it away. Nick McCray looking on, seeing the good serve from Kandiv lead to an assist from the other middle in Jackson Christ for Long Beach State. Foot fault. Toss a little too far in front for Kandiv. Lindenwood ties it back up at 9. Long Beach State was in this building getting a few exhibition matches underway and kind of warming up for this season about a week ago. And right now, they're looking to turn up the heat. Jackson Christ able to spank it down out of system. A little bit of a scramble play on the coverage. And Christ able to record kill number 1 of his exciting career. Good serve from Christ. And Skylar Varga tallies his first kill of the season. Give the credit to Jackson Christ with this dynamic serve. Varga just able to put it away. Works out like a service ace. And Christ will go back again. The true freshman from Long Beach, he is 6'10". Imagine that coming at you. Another overpass kill. Jake Pizzanti this time. This is what Jackson Christ does well. No matter his strengths or weaknesses that you know of coming into this season, this is probably his biggest strength. The biggest highlight is that serve. That one misses, but he went on a good run. Caden Whiteside goes back to serve for Lindenwood. Off of that run, Long Beach State now up by 2. Overpass. Trying to two-hand it down, but a block was there and effective. Pizzanti recording block number 1 of the year for Long Beach State. I don't know if you would call this really a joust, but the old adage is never joust a setter. Pizzanti will take the block credit there, and he will go back to serve. A one-hand set attempt. I think that's a back row setter violation. It is. So Long Beach State starting to take control in the first set of the season. 1 point away from a timeout on the floor. As Long Beach State looks to hit 15 first. That serve goes long. So that equals the service error department on either side. 5 service errors, 10 total in the match. Here's Owen Walsh. Braun puts it away, and that will put Long Beach State at take the 3-set victory. But it was not without a fight from the Lions. Skylar Varga back to serve out of the timeout. Long Beach State has taken control of the first set recently, and there's one of the reasons why. The block and the overpass kills, the elite play at the net has gone the way of Long Beach State. Alex Kondev getting all of that block and roof. Second block so far for Long Beach State. Good shoot set. Amir Grant, just a sophomore, 6'5", from Los Angeles, so a bit of a homecoming for him. Missed the first month of last season, so he did not face Long Beach State as a true freshman. Certainly excited, though, to get going here in 2026, coming off of a pretty good freshman year. Grant gets a little bit of that attack attempt, and now Varga tries to push it to the far line and misses long. Again, it is no secret that both teams are looking to hone it in the first match of the year. It's one thing to be revved up in practice, even in an exhibition match. It's a whole other thing when you know the games count, as that is worked off the block and out. Somehow, Kondev was able to wipe it off the block, even if the set was inside. And here comes Connor Bloom, now a redshirt senior, one of the key serving specialists that Long Beach State has had in its program's history. And there's the clap, the first clap of 2026. A good inside set on the combination play for Brendan Luthane. The connection between setter and hitter has been strong between Solomon and Luthane. And this is a Lindenwood team that has a lot of high energy, good creativity offensively. As from the back row, Long Beach State catching Lindenwood's block off guard. Skylar Varga had pretty much an open net. Good set by Pizzanti. And Varga able to put it away for his second kill so far in 3 attempts. Gajek, good serve, better pass, shot outside, and that's dug up by Varga. Kondev having to try to recycle, but Lindenwood got the overpass. And Caden Whiteside put it away. Second kill for Whiteside. That two-hand was something that you see a lot of, just trying to recycle the ball, keep it in play, but the coverage off of that block went right back over to the net and right to Lindenwood. Here comes Kondev, full swing this time. That's dug up. Good dig by Larson. Pizzanti had to bump set it, and Kondev is able to take advantage, work it off the block and out. Four-point lead for Long Beach State as Kondev goes back to serve. An 8-time national champion in his age group in Bulgaria, has burst onto the scene ever since entering Cal State Long Beach campus. Misses on that serve. Joe Kashev looking on as his Lindenwood team still fighting in this first set. And there's no surprise. They have seen their hitting percentage fall to 143. Long Beach State's hitting percentage has risen to 333. There to coach the national team. And then came back and had players like Taylor Crabb and Trevor Crabb on his team, and it led to other players like TJ DeFalco, Josh Tuaninga, and of course Moni Nikolov last year. We'll get to more of that later as Lindenwood is saying, hey, we are cutting this set to 1 point. The great serves from Zach Solomon. Going right at Alex Condiv. This time a good pass. Leads to a Varga termination. The side-out ability of Long Beach State and, of course, Skylar Varga always gives them that outlet whenever they need it. Third kill for Varga so far. Jackson Christ serves it long. That is the 7th service error of this first set for Long Beach State. Lindenwood has honed it in, kept it at 5. Caden Whiteside to serve. His Lions just down 1. Oh, right side, back row, good swing by Wojciech Gajek. Gajek, 6'6", plays pretty tall though, has those long arms, reaches high, and was able to go down the line with that swing. And Long Beach State back up by 2. They're in the red zone here. Last 5 points of a set, always a focus for any team across the country. Oh, a little back 1 from Lindenwood. Play goes on. Good dig by Kellen Larson. Scramble play for Lindenwood. Triple block. As a assistant coach, was a volunteer assistant, was the interim head coach when Alan Knipe left to go and coach the national team. So with Alan Knipe and Andy Reid gone, welcome back Amir Lugo Rodriguez and Matt Prosser. Yeah, if you were wondering, following our broadcast here on ESPN Plus for Long Beach State men's volleyball, I'm here at the desk by myself. Well, that was my usual broadcast partner, Matt Prosser, now one of the assistant coaches on the bench. But Lindenwood getting right back to it offensively. Good quick set and a gap set for the middle. Owen Walsh, 6'5" junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, goes back to serve following the kill. For Walsh, that was his first kill of the year. Good serve, better reception, and a wide open net for Skylar Varga. When there is a perfect pass, this Long Beach State offense can run as effectively as any across the country. Good set there from Jake Pizzanti. Varga now goes back to serve. Oh, firing away to the back line. First ace point for Long Beach State. Luke Kraft, southpaw server. Outside it goes to Condiv, and that'll put it away. For set number 1 of 2026, Long Beach State wins it. And Skylar Varga is going to be the first server. The redshirt senior from Munster, Saskatchewan. Kind of a roll shot serve. Good pancake save by Kellen Larson. Gajek gets popped up. This is a strong first point of the second set. From the back row, good initial dig by Varga, crashing into the desk. Somehow making the save was Kellen Larson. That one off the block though And Caden Whiteside puts it away for Lindenwood in a hard-fought first point of the second set. Hello, Kellen Larson in that save. But doesn't matter to Lindenwood. They were still able to work it in transition. Gayak has to two-hand it over. Triple block was put up on Whiteside. From the back row, it's Varga. That is out of bounds. First 2 points of the second set go to Lindenwood. Can kind of feel the comfort level is heightened in these first few points compared to the first few points of the first set. Both teams were truly just trying to feel out this first match of the season. Now Ben Braun will go back to serve for Long Beach State following a service error. Braun, the transfer from Ohio State, but has done well here at Long Beach State. There is a good swing again from the left side for Luke Kraft. They have been able to find him in rotation one a couple of times already in this match, and they have resulted in kills. 2 out of his 3 kills, in fact. Whiteside. Good serve, and a solid reception setting up Conde. Luthain into a triple block. Kept alive. Kraft off the block and out of bounds. So Whiteside will go back to serve with his lines up by 3 in the second set. Long Beach State up in the match 1-0. Lindenwood looking to really make some noise here in 2026. Gayak. Good attack, and it doesn't matter in the results as a net violation was called on Lindenwood. Give the point to Long Beach State. Push set well outside, and Long Beach State was ready for it. Tough to block, an experienced outside hitter in Luthain, but Pizzanti and Christ were up to the task. Gayak serves it into the net there. The side out for Lindenwood, switches out the middles in the front row. Owen Walsh goes back to serve. Amir Grant is back in the front row. Walsh had 6 kills on 10 swings, hitting .400 against Long Beach State last year. Little miscommunication on that offensive attack from Long Beach State. They get a second shot at it. High outside for Kandiv, and that works. Net violation is the technical call. It was a point for Long Beach State either way. Served into the net there. That's the 9th service error of the match so far for Long Beach State. Two-point lead for Lindenwood as Luke Kraft goes back to serve. Averaged over 3.7 kills per set with Maryville. And a dynamic serve there. Varga puts that one down. just placing the ball into the middle of the court. With how prolific he is at scoring, Lindenwood was kind of on their heels there. As Jackson Christ goes back to serve, the highly touted middle blocker, true freshman. Right side, back row, it's Crafty, misses wide. First team All-IVA, Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. That was actually Maryville's last year in that conference. That is out of bounds. Just missing long was Chris. Luthane is back to serve for Lindenwood. Returns following that breakout year. He was the leading point scorer, if you will, for Lindenwood. Gayak missing wide. Hurts Long Beach State's hitting percentage a little bit. They were hitting .400 before that swing. They've been able to hold Lindenwood to .129 hitting. And that hitting percentage difference was really that story and the strength of Long Beach State last year. Just really showed their overall strength throughout the season. They hit .398, as I mentioned before, and they held opponents to .215. And that difference in hitting percentage on a season average was a reason why they were able to attain 30 wins. Good swing in the middle for Amir Grant. Some feet getting caught up, but I think everyone's okay. Good sportsmanship from Lindenwood, just checking on, I think it was Wojciech Gajek. May have got a toe stepped on there on the landing of Grant. It was all fair game, right at the net, no one really crossing over. As Grant puts a jump float serve over and in, and an effective one. Varga has to roll shot it over the triple block, gets another shot at it. Whiteside, that is kept in play. Larson making another dig. What about a back set from Ben Braun to Skylar Varga? A middle blocker having some fun getting that second ball. I know a lot of middles love to have their opportunity to step in and be a setter, show their skill. And now Varga coming off a kill with a hard serve. Braun with another set to the right side. Gayak off the triple block. That's kept alive. Good scramble play by Lindenwood. Kondev two-hands it into the block and down. Long Beach State hitting well over 300. Skylar Varga leading everyone on the floor with 6 kills. He's hitting .333 himself. The Beach hitting .361 as a team in the match. Good shoot set to the middle. And Owen Walsh. If Lindenwood is able to get the middle involved throughout this season, that can open some things up for their really dynamic pin hitters. Zach Solomon has shown he has a really effective serve, and it leads to another Walsh kill. Averaging almost 1.7 kills per set last year was Owen Walsh. Right now, just under that average, as he has 3 kills in the match so far. That serve goes out long. 8th service error so far for Lindenwood. 10 for Long Beach State. As Ben Braun goes back to serve. Still trying to get Walsh involved in the middle there. Kondiv out of system, still able to find the floor. That is 6 kills now for Alex Kondiv. All tied at 11 here in the second set. That is out of bounds, and it is called a touch off that Long Beach State block. Might want to challenge that, according to the players on the floor. Kondiv and Varga gesturing towards Nick McCray that he should challenge. McCray is just checking to see what the exact call was. Because a lines judge just called touch, he wanted to make sure that they weren't saying touch or last touch by Lindenwood before he challenged. It's a chance for us to highlight who the officials are real quick. Tom Ulibari is the R1, the top official. Heather Pickett is right now at the challenge review system at the desk, the R2. Michael Ledford and Todd Fortune are the lines judges. Here's our look, our net cam look. From this angle, probably only trying to see any change of spin on the ball. It doesn't really seem to be much there. Let's see from this angle. This may be our best look. I mean, you can see how far over Kondiv is trying to reach to block that ball back, but just doesn't really seem to be any contact with that forearm. Certainly that's the intention. There's Michael Lanera, the assistant coach for Lindenwood, has been a great assistant coach for the Lions. This is probably as definitive as we have. Has to be enough to overturn now. Heather Pickett has made her decision. And it is overturned. Long Beach State retains their challenge and gains a point. They also gain the lead here in the second set. Ben Braun to serve again. Walsh maybe going to the well one too many times in Walsh's 3 rotations across the net, as Long Beach State had 2 blockers ready for him. Jackson Christ, I think, got most of it. That one off the block, and another kill on the left side. I promise you, Luke Kraft is a right side hitter normally for Lindenwood, but most of his kills tonight so far have come in that rotation 1 where they need him to be a point scorer, and he has been able to do so. Triple block, a net violation is called on Lindenwood, and Long Beach State will take that point. Long Beach State coming off of a 30-3 overall year, 8-2 in the Big West Conference. you can bet that Big West Conference is going to be as competitive as ever in 2026. Good serve from Gajek. Kraft, there's a swing from the right side. Gajek, his swing from the right side in the back row puts Long Beach State to 15 in the second. 136 in this current set. Blocks have gone all the way to the beach side. 5 blocks to none for Lindenwood. Free ball opportunity for the beach. Inside set and a beauty to Alex Kondev. Showing why Kondev is a first-team All-Big West selection a year ago. Made the all-tournament team and the National Collegiate Tournament as well. Wojciech Gajek with a good serve, better pass, and a better block. Jackson Christ with a block in a roof. We're seeing the start of what could be a great career. Today evening, the season opener for Long Beach State and Lindenwood. As many new faces to either program have made some great contributions in this first match of the season. That serve goes into the net. The 11th service error so far for Long Beach State in the match as a whole. Owen Walsh has done a good job in the middle. Has seen a good amount of attempts in the middle as well. 9 attack attempts with 3 kills. Right side back row. And Wojciech Gajek has just looked comfortable so far in that spot. Good connection so far between Pazenti and Gajek. Connor Bloom back in to serve. Saw the most action in the front row in his career last year. And he was able to tally 27 kills. Had to keep that serve in. There's a shoot set over to Amir Grant. Grant now with 3 kills on that, his 3rd swing. So the amount of attention that Lindenwood has been able to give Owen Walsh in the front row, maybe they're looking to get Amir Grant a little bit more involved offensively. That serve going into the net. That is the 9th service error of the match for the Lions. Jackson Christ back to serve for Long Beach State. Had to keep that serve in. Oh, gets a dig, does the middle blocker. And now a left-handed push off the block by Skylar Varga. Luthan has blocked and roofed. Triple block, I think Skylar Varga got all of it. 70 blocks a year ago for Varga. That is block number 2 of this campaign. Long Beach State has hit 21st in the second set. Chris going all for it. 12 service errors in the match now for Long Beach State as Brendan Luthane goes back to serve for Lindenwood. Luthane from Greenwood, Indiana. And that one sails out of bounds. Jake Pazenti in his first year at the helm, setting-wise, for Long Beach State. Did not see any action last year because he was redshirting. He's done a good job. Let's kind of cap off that conversation on Lindenwood. think Joe Koshev has just said that he's very excited about the newcomers this year that could allow this program to reach a new level. He has mentioned that speed is an identifier of this program, and he likes to say he thinks of this team like the Phoenix Suns back when they had Steve Nash, that 7-second offense in pro basketball. Well, how about a fast offense for Long Beach State, just going over on 2. Connor Bloom now playing all the way across the back row, taking advantage of it, getting his first kill of 2026. Pazenti. Oh, the cut shot for the service ace. First ace of the career of Jake Pazenti. 17 assists to his name tonight. Has led Long Beach State to a .432 hitting percentage so far in these first 2 sets of the season. Another cut shot serve. Triple block put up, that is out of bounds. And Lindenwood takes this side out. Set point for Long Beach State, though, in this second set. Amir Grant. That jump float serve received well. Ben Braun out of the middle. Tip goes out of bounds, no touch called, and Long Beach State, that is trying to defend their national championship and doing a pretty good job of it so far in night 1. Luke Kraft to serve. This is a set Lindenwood absolutely needs. Long Beach State looking to sweep them and is off to a good start. Alex Kondev adding to his kill tally. 9 on that, his 15th swing of the match. Skylar Varga has said this is a really tight group this year. He believes that a group that gets along well can do big things. This group is working hard and has done a good job of working towards a common goal. Of course, that goal is to win another national championship, pretty much continue the pattern that has gone back to pretty much the start of the 2010s, where every national champion in National Collegiate Men's Volleyball has gone back-to-back. Gajek called for a net violation, and Lindenwood will take the point. Brendan Luthane, the server. Great look there from our net cam. Certainly a Long Beach State net violation. Ben Braun blasting it down in the middle. That was his last rotation across the front row. He will go back to serve. Jackson Christ back now as the middle blocker. Just 2 kills on 3 errorless swings for Ben Braun. Good serve, though, puts Lindenwood well out of system. You know, sometimes you can look at it and say that's just a jump float serve. But when it's coming from a 6'11" player, that downward angle makes it so hard to read. Good shoot set from one knee. The connection between Zach Solomon and Amir Grant, so strong. Grant, the kill leader, at least tied for it on Lindenwood's side at 5 on 5 swings. Kondev roll shot. Kondiv again over the triple block. Oh, Larson was right there to watch that one just float a little too far wide. And Long Beach State will take the side out. Wojciech Gajek, in his first game in the NCAA. 5 kills on 12 swings so far, hitting .250. And puts that serve into the net. 13 service errors for Long Beach State tonight. 10 for Lindenwood. No big advantage in that category. Christ, maybe that one a little too low for him, puts it into the net. That is redshirt freshman to true freshman, so not just getting used to this collegiate level, but also just getting used to each other. Kondiv into the triple block. Here he goes again, another triple block put up. Diving save by Gajek. Kondiv again, blocked and roofed. Big block put up by Luke Kraft and Owen Walsh. It's one of those momentum points that Lindenwood is looking for. Their first block of 2026. This has been their best server. No surprise, their setter in Zach Solomon. That is another block and roofed. Long Beach State initially thought it was out of bounds off the block, but not sure if we're gonna get a challenge. Great celebration there by the Lions. As most of the Pyramid had a look at the replay that we just showed you. Not much reaction. We'll have to see it again, as this is an official challenge from Nick McCray. His first match at the helm of Long Beach State. Heather Pickett is at the challenge review system. See McKay Smith, has been a great assistant coach for Long Beach State, talking to his players. It's got to be enough to overturn. That just looks to be in, at least from that angle. Certainly what Lindenwood is looking for. Trying to have that block come into play. And Heather Pickett had a different angle and saw that one go out. That was what Long Beach State initially thought. So the Beach take the point, and Alex Kondiv is back to serve. Service ace for Kondiv. Third service ace for the Beach tonight. Tying set number 3 up at 6 apiece. Nice high toss, but Kondiv launching it too long. Caden Whiteside with 4 kills on 14 swings, hitting .071 tonight, is back to serve for Lindenwood. Varga off the block and out. That's the 7th kill for Skylar Varga on 14 attack attempts. The middle switch out. Ben Braun is back in the front row. You just saw there. Jackson Christ back to serve. Oh, good right side set for Luke Kraft. Well in rhythm. And that's a preview of what Lindenwood wants to do throughout this season. Go as fast as possible. That can certainly bring an exciting brand of volleyball to St. Charles, Missouri. Owen Walsh with a good serve. Better reception. Skylar Varga's blocked and roofed. Owen Walsh emerging. That's why we picked him as our player to watch. He is certainly showing up here in set 3. Short serve, pancake saved by Kondiv just to keep it alive. Varga two-handing it down. Well, that was a creative way not just to attack, but to attack with 2 hands. It wasn't just putting 2 hands on the ball at the apex, it's waiting on it, seeing the defense form, and in fact went into transition a little too early as Varga was able to take advantage and record his 8th kill. There is a challenge from Lindenwood. That pancake save from Alex Kondiv, I think they're challenging that ball hit the floor. Remember, any part of that ball touches the floor, that is a service ace. The Lions certainly screamed like they thought it was an ace off the bat. Let's see what Heather Pickett is looking at. Pancakes can be tough to tell sometimes. Definitely in real time. See in slow motion. Yeah, a good amount of that ball is on the right side in front of Kondiv's hand. Also, kind of the way that ball pops up seems like it is getting floor and hand simultaneously. And Heather Pickett says it is a service ace for Lindenwood. Mark that the 3rd service ace of the match for the Lions. Matching pace with Long Beach State in that category. Owen Walsh to serve again. Well in front of that 10-foot line to attack it was Gajek and got Lindenwood out of system enough to get the side out. How about Zach Solomon trying to take a full swing there? Can't fault the setter for going to take advantage of a rare swing. Jake Pizzanti, Long Beach State setter with a good serve. From the back row, missing wide was Caden Whiteside. The Beach hitting 300 for the match as a whole. This set has gone more the way of Lindenwood in that respect. Being able to hold Long Beach State to negative .067 hitting. And Luke Kraft will certainly help their hitting percentage in this set. as Kraft has come alive, certainly in a set that this team absolutely needs to keep the match going. Kraft with 7 kills, now with the serve. That one is long. The 11th service error in the match for Lindenwood. And Skylar Varga will go back for Long Beach State. "15 service errors for Long Beach State in this match. But they have certainly been able to take control of sets at pretty much this point in the first 2. But right now, Lindenwood has just shown to be more in control. And forcing some errors from Long Beach State's side. The 5th hitting error of this 3rd set from the beach. Braun, though, going right back to it. Good choice from Pizzanti to get that hitter that just made an error back into it. And here is the first entry of 2026 for Daniil Hrstinovic. Was the point leader for Long Beach State for much of 2025. The star right side hitter. Right now taking a back seat for the first match of this season. Coming in to serve and getting an ace. Hrstinovic will certainly be one of the names you'll see at the start of this season. It's just how the cards have played out from the coaching staff in this first particular match. Remember, Long Beach State just has a match tomorrow against McKendree. And they will look forward to that following a men's basketball game inside the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. We won't have that broadcast of the men's volleyball match tomorrow night. So come out to the Pyramid and watch this number 3 nationally ranked team face another good opponent from the Midwest in McKendree. I believe they're number 15 in the country. Preseason national, a couple of West Coast teams. A Big West opponent for Long Beach State, and current number 11 ranked CSUN will head to Lindenwood. And also Menlo College in what is the Under Armour Challenge in St. Charles, Missouri. Christ getting a touch call. And no challenge from Lindenwood, so a little out of system, but Long Beach State able to get the point. And Connor Bloom comes back in to serve. It's a pretty important side out for the Beach, as this was the first time in the match that they've come out of that 15-point timeout down. Bloom looking to help change that. Luthane from the back row is blocked in roof. A solo block for Jackson Christ. Coach Nick McCray has praised the freshmen on how they have been able to step up in the right way. This season is different from the past, and that new NCAA rules limit rosters to 18 players. You may remember Long Beach State rosters have been well over 20 in previous seasons. So the importance of the freshmen elevating the practice gym is bigger than ever. And Christ, as well as Wojciech Gajek, who have both been starters in tonight's match, also Miles Jordan, another true freshman, have certainly made the practice gym competitive as it has been. It's Connor Bloom to serve again in a mini run. That one blocked back and down. Jake Pizzanti able to stay disciplined and wait for Luke Kraft to try and two-hand it into his hands. And Lindenwood has to take another timeout. The beach block has been the difference maker. They've been able to tally 10 of them to Lindenwood's 2 as we will head to a short break. Now up by 2, 17 serving 15 with Connor Bloom back to serve. Now still into the first 10 days of January, so not everybody back from that winter vacation. Certainly going to be an exciting home schedule upcoming. As Skylar Varga had a pancake and then was able to elevate and terminate. Do a lot in that rally to gain Long Beach State's 18th point of the third set. Varga now with 8 kills on 16 swings, hitting .312. In the back row, Luthane able to power it through the block and down. That's just the ability of Brandon Luthane, who Long Beach State has certainly put a lot of attention on defensively, because he's been held to negative .062 hitting. That's just his 4th kill of the match. This is a player that averaged over 3 kills a set a season ago. So you would think he'd be well over 6 kills by now. Long Beach State defensively has been able to hold not just Luthane, but Lindenwood as a whole offensively. They're only hitting .030 in the match as Jackson Christ rolls shots it over. And Luthane just got under that one. Set maybe a little bit too high. And there's a good look at the difference in hitting percentage right now between Long Beach State and Lindenwood. Yeah, the Beach still hitting .338, though it was in the 400s entering this set. Lindenwood's defense elevated, though. They were able to record a couple of blocks and have held Long Beach State to 150 hitting in this set alone. That was the 18th service error of the match for Long Beach State. Doesn't matter too much to them as they are right now in the red zone and in the lead of this third set, looking to sweep. Oh, good block and roof. A statement made by Amir Grant. How about Grant's night? That's his first block, and that adds to a night where he had 5 kills on 5 swings. That is still good enough to be second on the team tonight. Grant making a case. Maybe have a little bit more attention put to him. But this, of course, being the first match of the season, everybody getting their first licks in. Nick McCray in his first match as a head coach, on his way to getting a win. Joe Kashiv in his 9th year, but has a lot to look forward to in the 6 newcomers he's brought on and the returners that have helped build this program that has had a really good run, particularly in the last 5 years, ever since the COVID season in 2020. Lindenwood has certainly been on the up and up, at least compared to those 2 seasons before Joe Kashiv took over. Of course, for Nick McCray, it may be the hardest and the biggest shoes to fill. But McCray has said, stepping in the role of head coach at Long Beach State, thinks it's the greatest honor that could ever occur. And his goal, however lofty it is to leave this program better than how he found it. As Ben Braun able to work it out in the middle and record another kill. That is kill number 4 on the evening for Braun. Just working on that connection between Pizzanti and Braun. And Pizzanti will go back to serve. 22 assists. Can talk quickly about their upcoming matches. They will host McKendree tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. We encourage you to make your way out to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid. And then they'll travel to Ohio to face Central State, George Mason, and Ohio State. A few Midwest teams that Lindenwood is familiar with, and Brendan Luthing, who is able to bounce this one. That is just how effective a quick offense can be. No matter how good the blockers are on the other side, they can still create gaps in the block. Good pass from Connor Bloom, who's playing the back row right now, and Ben Braun recording another kill. The next home match that we will be broadcasting will be on January 23rd, when Long Beach State returns to host Fort Valley State. And then they will host Long Island, and the night after that. Both teams are in the red zone here in the third set. Long Beach State, though, up by 3, as Brendan Luthane goes back to serve for the Lions. That serve is just out of bounds. Good eye from Long Beach State, and they are at match point in match 1 of 2026. Ben Braun, good jump float serve. And a triple block. Ends the first match of the year for the defending national champions. 1-0 in 2026 are the Beach.